Good morning, John.
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 Good morning, John. It's Wednesday. I'm walking to my office. I was here last night till about 11:15 because it was World Book Night 2013. I was handing out Looking for Alaska. All right, here it is. World Book Night 2013. Who hates books? Hate to read. You hate to read. You guys hate to read, don't you? Really? Hate it? Tell me how much you hate it. Why?
For me, it's just a waste of time.
A waste of
I would
time?
prefer watching movies.
These are called books.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
No.
Why not? They're hard to
They're time
read.
consuming enough.
Do you hate books? Yeah, do you hate to read?
I hate to read for entertainment, but I guess
You have to for school.
of course, yeah.
But you hate to read for your own. Like if you had an hour, what would you do with it?
If I had an hour, I would do everything in my power not to read.
Not to read. Hey, do you hate books?
Yes.
You really do? You hate to read?
Yes.
Will you come and talk to me for a minute? Do you mind? Why do you hate to read? It's boring.
Are you videoing me?
No.
There you are.
No, I just like to hold this up like this. No. What about you? Do you like to read? Why not? Just don't. All right, guys. You say you don't like to read.
I don't like to read.
Tell me why.
I have better things to do.
What are these supposed better things you have to do?
Make money.
And how do you do that? Please don't say selling drugs.
Selling drugs.
No! Dang it! Be honest.
I actually don't like to read.
Why not?
I'm more of a visual person.
You have to use your eyes to read.
I mean, I like seeing stuff like on television and like videos and stuff like that.
Magazines such as Complex, Vogue, and things like that. But when it comes to like literature, I really don't.
Not at all, huh? Why do you hate to read? Talk about it.
Because it doesn't grasp my attention like within the first chapter or so. I get bored of it.
Yeah.
And then another thing is if I'm required to read something, it makes me not want to do it.
So you're just a rebel. All right. So you hate books? You hate to read?
I'd rather not.
Why? What do you do with your time other than reading? Work, schmirk. That's nothing.
Watch something.
Okay. Oh, what do you hate to read?
I have better things to do.
Oh, that's an ouch. Actually, I'm here to give them out. These books, I am. That's what World Book Night is about. I am here to give these books out. However, you have to hate books, and you really have to mean it. Because that's the deal. Do you like to read? Why not?
It takes so much time.
Yeah. What grade are you? What year are you?
Freshman.
You are. You are like prime candidate right here for a book. You're tentative about the reading, but you might be into it. You want a book?
Sure.
And I chose this one because I love this book, but even more, I love this author. And it is my aim to get him to come to campus this fall and to meet with all of us who agree to read his book. So you just got a ticket to the show with the author if he comes to campus. But I got to have your info over there. So if you want a book, and you can think about it, but if you want a book, put your name. And yeah, see, look, conversion, it's occurring. Put your name. So you hate to read because it's boring.
It takes too long.
It takes too
Might as well
long.
just watch the movie.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Sometimes books get made into movies.
I know, but the movies are better.
Never.
Always.
What? How old are you? Are you first year?
Yes.
You want to read a book?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, sure.
If I give you a book,
I'll make my sister read it.
that's not the same. If I give you this book and you end up reading it and liking it, and the author, John Green, comes to campus, would that potentially change your mind about reading books?
It might.
It might be worth your while.
It might be.
I'm going to give you a book. And so if you're on this list and you read this book, you get to come talk to him. You want to do it? And I try to get people who don't really like to read his book, like even people like you who say I'm not a reader, to read his book and then have a conversation with him if he comes to campus in the fall. Even if what you end up saying is I still don't like to read, that'd be all right. But so that he'd get to talk to people.
They got that much stuff in that book.
I got enough faith in the book. It'll make people like to read.
I'll take it.
You really will? Oh, score! You got my last book. Okay. So you showed up here because you wanted this book.
Yes, I did.
And I said I was only going to give it to book haters.
Yes.
But why do you want it?
I have a Tumblr, and everybody on there loves John Green.
They do, but you don't know much about him?
I started reading his books about a week ago.
Okay.
I started with The Abundance of Catherines, but I was told that John Green's supposed to make me cry, and I hadn't yet, so I had to read another book.
So you're gonna convince John Green to come to campus and talk to us, because though all of these other people hate books, you're kind of liking them right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you wanted a copy of Looking for Alaska and you didn't get one. Why did you want that book?
Because it has great reviews. I support them.
She's gonna beat me up.
Yeah, John Green is actually one of my favorite authors, and one of my friends I feel like should really read that book, so I wanted it to give it to her. But now I'm just.
I bet you just not like hypothetically, not that we're going to. What if we like just took it from him?
He's not very strong. You could just knock him over. Just push him off his chair. They're for you all. They're gonna fight you for it. I'm trying to get John Green to come to UTC this fall. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I would literally cry.
Are you gonna cry right now a little bit? A little bit? Do you like to read?
I love reading.
Really? What do you like to read?
One of my favorite books is The Whole of My Life by Jane Gattos. You should check it out.
Okay.
And The Art of War by Simmons.
No, I just like to read because it's an escape from whatever you're doing, and then sometimes you get so caught up in it that it's like it's a story, you know?
Yeah.
It's how you talk to people, but it's like as long as it's engaging enough to keep you interested, then I like to read.
I think it helps remind me the differences that there are in the world. So like, I'm reading a book and I'm getting to look at other people's perspectives. So it's kind of also educating me to do people skills and stuff, as well as being me to be able to have my
And I want them to start adopting fiction titles for the first year reading experience, and I want them to see the kind of response that kids have. I know y'all aren't kids, but I call all my students kids. Kids have to this kind of book, you know, and to show them that that's what we really need to be doing. So it's this big master plan, but it involves John Green coming to campus, and that's well worth it, right? Yes. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
For not giving us a book.
Have a good night. So the day I had this great idea, I had a meeting in this building right here. And I thought, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's bring John Green to campus. Let's talk about fiction. Let's talk about how kids and reading can really make a difference. And I left that meeting so excited. And I came down these steps right here. And I walked down the sidewalk. And I kid you not, this is what I see. John, we'll see you in the fall.